What is it we said? Don't fall for their bullshit again. That this Israel thing could be something more like a 9/11, a new Pearl Harbor, as the product for a new American century once said, that maybe this is their new Pearl Harbor to inflate and to get America pulled into another war. But see, you're smarter than that. You're smarter than them, and you know how this goddamn game is played. You see, and the reason I know that the impact is actually, you guys are really, and we all are actually making a huge impact, you can tell by the way that the morning media doesn't know how to articulate anything. They just don't understand you. They don't understand how all of this could happen, and how those brave 10 or so in Congress continue to keep holding the line. I want to thank you for doing that. It takes a lot of courage to do that, just standing on principles. It's nice to know there are a few people in that city that still have integrity, that still care about the American people, okay? Because if you don't, you're gonna get turfed out. But the bottom line is, we're not sending any more money to Ukraine, we're not sending any more money to Israel, and we're certainly not putting any boots on the ground. These wars have got to stop. And apparently now, Axios just came out with an article indicating that the IDL knew about this and they just let it happen, or at least that's what it's indicating. If that's the case, and you let these people do it, to do what? So that you could retaliate with all your forces and then try to drag the American people, because the American people, as Benjamin Netanyahu once said, can be easily moved. You just got to know how to move them, because we have America. You see, the problem with this whole thing is, it's a game that continually keep playing. The problem, reaction, solution that you see happening in front of you every single day. They've created this problem. The world has been turned upside down in less than 3 years. Since Joe Biden took office, what did he do initially? He undid all of the things that Trump basically did, first thing, right? And then he changed all the border laws and allowed all of these people, and then made an app for them to allow all of these illegal migrants to come across the border, and then relocated them all over the United States on your dime. You paid for it. While you're sucking it at the bottom every single day, paycheck to paycheck. They're getting rooms at the Ritz-Carlton or whatever the local hotel is in New York, or whatever the sanctuary city is of their choice. And they get put up in a room, get a cell phone, get food stamps, or get food. Do you get any of that? No. You're busting your ass every single day, and you're paying for all of that. Why every American? This isn't a Democrat or Republican issue anymore. This has nothing to do with the bullshit party politics. This has to do with common sense, hardworking people who are the backbone of this fucking country. And if you don't think that this shit isn't coming to a neighborhood near you very, very soon, the shit you just saw go down in Israel, they let this happen, is what they're saying. You don't think that the CIA and all of these other agencies couldn't just let things happen? Look what they're allowing to happen to President Trump. Look what they're allowing. They knew about Joe Biden's illegal friggin' shit for what? Years, and did nothing. And these people are to be trusted? You can't trust these people. You can't trust these people at all. No, there's got to be something that we start doing as individuals. There's got to be something that we start doing or taking responsibility for as American people. I just think that there's going to come a point, like I've said in many previous videos, the word blowback is something that they're starting to feel right now. Because what happens is, when you continue to keep lying to a population, they're going to seek out other alternatives that correlate with what they are personally seeing in their real life. See, the media makes this narrative, but if you go out into the world, that narrative doesn't exist. It only exists in that world that they've created, right? When you actually see what they're talking about, when you actually start disseminating the information that they try to play off as fact, you start to realize there's all holes in all that shit. Half the story's not there, or the story's been manipulated in some way. Well, then you start to wonder, well, why are they doing that? This is supposed to be news. See, American people are not stupid, okay? You continue to keep saying that, but you can lie to us. They're very forgiving, but you can keep lying to us. Eventually they catch on. And here's the thing. American people have had enough. Now they feel it. They feel it every day. And now you're creating a new problem that America is supposed to be responsible for. It's not my fault that the IDL decided to avoid the information and allow these people to come on in there when they could have easily stopped it. You let your own innocent people, your own citizens die. What does that say about you as leadership? And you want us to go and fight in a war that is going to annihilate a group of people that have been basically imprisoned in a little section for a long period of time. No, I just think these wars have got to stop. Somebody's got to finally put their foot down and say, enough is a goddamn enough. What generation is that going to be? What generation is going to be to the point where we're not annihilating each other anymore? Who's going to finally say, you know, it's not my fault that my great-great-grandfather did something stupid. I'm not going to make that same mistake. I've had enough. Let's stop this. Nobody's man enough to do that. No. We got to annihilate the other individuals off the planet. This is the reasons why, my friends, you and I keep getting sucked into all this shit, because we keep fighting their wars. There would be no wars if they had to be fought by the people who fucking start them. And you and I both know that. You're smarter than this. You're smarter than they are. They can't win when you pay attention. They cannot win when you pay attention, when you believe in yourself, and you believe in what you bring to the table. Look at what you're changing right now. I want you to think about what you're changing right now. The reason that there is a basic, filibuster, what do you want to call it? Basically a snafu situation up in Washington, D.C., where they can't decide on a speaker, is simply because there are 10 people or so in there that are trying to talk reason and say, hey, guess what? We're still freaking broke. We're not bringing McCarthy back in just so we can send billions of dollars to Israel. No, we're broke. We're still fucking broke. We got to take care of the fucking southern border first. That is priority number one. We need to take every dollar that we have left over and start to reassure that and get the people that you brought into this country out. You have no idea who's here. You have disseminated all over the goddamn United States in major U.S. cities like New York. You don't think that a whole group of people that you got right there could actually set up, create, and cause havoc in a city of that size? You don't think so? You need to wise the hell up, then. This is getting to the point now where it's going to get, where we're going to have to yank these leaders out of office simply because they're not doing anything that is in the best interest of the American people. That's treason. Do you understand that the American people aren't asking you anymore? We are telling you, no. And you need to get yourself all of the resources, every resources on an America First policy. Plain and simple. If you can't do that, then you need to excuse yourself. Step down from your office, because we're going to turf you out either way. We're not putting up with the horse shit anymore. We're not putting up with the lies anymore. We're certainly not going to listen to the mumbo-jumbo politic bullshit about how you keep trying to tell us that if we don't get this and we don't do this and help our brothers and sisters overseas or whatever it is, I don't want to hear it anymore. Do you know how much blood the American people have spilled on foreign battlefields, serving some other person's purpose? Not for our own interest, but for the interest of the people that are our allies. Look, we don't start these wars. You and I don't start these wars. These wars are started by people who are so much more higher up the fucking food chain than you and I are. Why in hell are we fighting their wars? Because they convince you and I that it's worth fighting for. The only thing that's worth fighting for is this goddamn nation. And right now, they have an open border policy allowing people to freely walk in and be scattered all over the United States on your fucking dime. And you're supposed to be happy about it. And they want more from you. They want you to send more money overseas, more money to protect other people, not their own people, their own country, the people right here. Do you take all of your money, your finances, and help the next door neighbor, or help the guy across the street and the person down next the road? Do you give it all away and tell your family to go fuck themselves? No, I don't think you do. I'm sorry to use the language, but I'm sorry, it's absolutely necessary. I've had enough. The American people have had enough. And the people in Congress need to wise the hell up. I'm sick and tired of all of these back alley games that you keep trying to figure out to get to a certain number. To do what? So you can make sure you can save face, you can get reelected because you promised these people that you can't fulfill these promises anymore because the American people said no? Tell them we said no. They have a problem, tell them to go see us. We've had enough. We're trying to save a country. If they don't give a shit, tell them to get the fuck out. I've had enough of this. The American people have had enough of this. I'm tired of the games being played. Those 10 that are up there right now, we support you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. That is what leading is all about. And for all you other fake trans Republicans or whatever it is you want to call yourself right now, we are going to turf you out if you don't come to your own senses very, very soon. I'm sick and tired of the games. The American people have had enough of your bullshit. It's time to do your damn job. Enough said. All right, folks, I will see you on the battlefield. remember, double down, get involved, do as many things as you possibly can, share as many messages as you possibly can, and talk about it every day, everywhere. This matters. It's your country. Take charge, because they are not. I'll talk to you soon.